Okay, let me take just a couple more questions. Yes, sir.
Would you care to address the issue of Islamic anti-Semitism? There was a Messianic Jew who was among the victims in San Bernardino yesterday, who was involved in an argument about Israel with the murderer. And I'm wondering that it's a subject which has been taboo to address other faiths, but are we at the point now where the Jewish, and not just Orthodox, but the conservative and reform ought to be addressing Islamic anti-Semitism?
We should have been addressing it a long time ago and not bought this idea that because it is absolutely true that in the Middle Ages, the Islamic authorities, for instance, in Spain, were not as violently and virulently and murderously anti-Semitic as the Catholic authorities who took over from them in 1492. That's true. That's 500 years ago. Okay? The era of warm Jewish-Muslim cooperation, which, by the way, has been greatly oversold. You just have to read Bernard Lewis or Ayaan Hirsi Ali or anybody who's an expert on Islam. It's been greatly oversold. It's true. It's true. The Catholic Church once upon a time, not true today, thank God, but the Catholic Church once upon a time was bitterly, chronically, deeply, internally anti-Semitic. So was the Russian Orthodox Church. So was the Eastern Orthodox Church. Protestants, it's different a little bit. But again, the consistent hostility of Islam to Judaism in particular is profound. There's a scholar named Ian Lustig who writes, and I think it's a very good explanation. There is a very powerful hadith that most religious Muslims know that predict that because the Jews in Medina rejected Muhammad and his mission, that they would be sentenced forevermore never to have a country of their own. That was their curse. So the mere existence of a Jewish country, the mere existence of Jewish land on Jewish land that was supposed to be forever and forever and forever part of the Ummah, part of the Muslim world, that is a rebuke to a belief in some aspect of Islamic tradition. And by the way, concerning this poor gentleman who was killed, I think this is one of those things that people should be aware of in confronting Messianic, so-called Messianic Judaism too. I'm very, very sorry. He sounds like a very nice man. He was a pastor. His name was, I think it was Nicholas Thalanikis. Sounds very much like a Greek name. A very, very high percentage, I think some studies suggest a majority of the members of so-called Messianic congregations are not ethnically Jewish. They are not people of Jewish ancestry. They are people who are fascinated by this. They like blowing shofars. They like wearing those talesim. They like the traditions. Now, am I denying the fact that he may have been targeted because he was perceived as Jewish and he was very pro-Israel, like most Messianic Jews are? No, he may have, and I am sorry he died. Very sorry he died. But I think this is one of those awkward moments where you have to be careful about claiming him too much into the center of Jewish life. Because I don't want to be in a position where we're recognizing, let's see, we have Orthodox, Reform, Conservative, Reconstructionist, Humanist, and Messianic Jews. If you're a follower of you-know-who, you're a Christian.